All right, let's do some practice problems from the homework packet. First one we're going to do is KR is the name. And so from there, you don't have to go in order of the blanks. That's just, they're just kept in an order, but you definitely don't need to go in that order. You just need to fill in the proper one. And what it says by knowing KR, what you can immediately know is the atomic number. So you're going to look on your periodic table, look for that atomic number, which is 36. Now the atomic number always equals the number of protons, so that will also equal 36. Your number of neutrons is equal to mass minus protons because your mass is equal to your protons plus neutrons. So in order to figure out neutrons, you're just going to take your mass number, which is 84 in this case, minus the number of protons, which is 48. Or the number of protons is 36, so you get an answer of 48. Your charges come straight from your protons and your electrons. The only thing electrons do is they contribute towards the charge. That's it. They don't have a mass, so they don't contribute towards anything else. They just contribute towards the charge. And so if your charge is 0, that means your positives equal your negatives, which means your protons, which only give positives, is equal to your electrons, which give you the negatives. So in this case, your number of protons would be 36. Now this guy over in the left, this guy over in the left, the isotope name, all you're going to have to do is you can either write krypton or Kr and then dash 84. Remember that dash 84 because that 84 is a large number. That's going to represent its mass number. All right, the next one looks a lot more blank, right? So we're going to try to have to figure out from this everything else. So atomic number is huge. So is number of protons. Those like define everything. And from there, they're involved in like every single formula because atomic number equals protons always. So they're involved in almost every single proton. Or in every single formula. So they are really the most important thing to know. So atomic number is 24, which means your proton count is 24. By looking at my proton count, or my atomic number, I know that my name or my symbol is Cr. Okay, now I'm going to try to figure out my mass. My mass is equal to my protons plus my neutrons. So I'm going to take 24 and I'm going to add 26. So I get 50. Now what I want you guys to note is that if you look on the periodic table, it says its mass is 52. You never look at the periodic table for the masses of these guys when you're filling in like a chart. These guys represent individual elements. Okay. The one on the periodic table is the average mass of all of the chromiums in the entire universe. So that's not saying that this chromium is going to be 52. It's saying that the average of all chromiums is 52. This one in particular is 50. So whenever you're filling out one of these like data table type of charts, you will never look at the periodic table for your mass. Okay? You will always have to use the formula of protons plus neutrons. All right, next thing is electrons. So once again, electrons only are dealt with the charge. So we're going to look at our charge, which is 0. So that means our positives equal our negatives. So we're going to have 24 protons, which means we will have 24 electrons. And once again, for isotope name, I'm going to change up the format a little bit. And this is, I'm going to write Cr-50. Both are totally acceptable. One is just chromium, would be chromium written out. One is just the abbreviation of it. All right, let's try the last one. So we've got Fe with a +3, so that's new, okay? Notice that these guys, the first 1 and 2 that we've done, they didn't have any charges, so you don't write a charge. If you have a charge, you are supposed to write that charge to tell it, okay? So by knowing Fe +3, I'm going to immediately write down that it has a +3 charge, okay? Now, knowing that it's Fe, I don't know its mass, but I do know its atomic number. So I look at my periodic table and I notice that my atomic number is 26, which means my number of protons is also 26. Okay. Now my mass number is protons plus neutrons. So I'm going to take 26 plus 30. So that is 56, which means I can fill in my isotope name of Fe56. All right. Another way you could have written it actually is 56 Fe. Okay, that would be the mass. That would be the symbol. 26 is its atomic number, and then because it has its charge, you would write it there. That's another way you could have written it. All right, the number of electrons. Remember, your number of electrons, the only thing that it changes is the charge. So if we have a +3, that means we have 3 more positives than we do negatives. Okay, so if we have a +3, then that means we have 26 protons. We have 3 more protons than electrons, so we would have 23 electrons. All right. Hopefully you have a basic understanding of this and can finish the rest of the worksheet. Have a great one.